My goal here is simple. Funner for everyone.
Hey, Jane, you having fun?
Woo!
Is that legal?
Because around here, funner is a state of mind.
What is going on, Laker fans? Thank you very much for tuning in. A little Lakers Talk Daily on this Thursday morning. Lakers taking on the Indiana Pacers. That's coming up a little bit later today. Early one today, Laker fans. 2:30 pre, 4 o'clock tip-off. So hurry up and get home from work so you can watch the game or listen to us on 710 ESPN. Quick shout-out here. Find your funner state of mind with a visit to Harris Resort SoCal. Voted best resort in Funner, California. From dining to unwinding, you'll find fun around every corner. Learn more at harrissocal.com. That's harrissocal.com. 2 hours away from downtown Los Angeles. Beautiful property out there. Again, just go to the website if you want that staycation. harrissocal.com. Okay, let's talk some trades. Yeah, why not? Got a week left before the NBA trade deadline. Might as well look at all these rumors that are around the Lakers. And we know that, anytime anybody's talking Lakers, there's always national interest. And I know for Laker fans out there, I'm just curious to get your thoughts, your opinions on some of those trades being rumored right now. If you guys don't mind, please subscribe to the channel here on ESPN LA. We would greatly appreciate it. Let's get right into it. So, where are the Lakers? They're 4 games below 500. Them and actually Indiana have the exact same record. Looks like Tyrese Haliburton will play tonight. Lakers are, I think, a good, 2 games from the play-in spot, now 3 games from number 6. So there's been a little bit of separation between the Lakers and some of these other teams. Some squads are winning out there. So I saw a couple things. I'm going to start first with the Toronto Raptors. So this is a question I want to ask you, Laker fans. You want to see something small like they did with Rui, and you went out there and you gave up some second-round picks, and then you got a real big need that the Lakers had, a wing player, or you want to see a blockbuster move that involves Russ, and you kind of shake everything up here for the final 30 games of the season. So I saw this. This was coming from Michael Grange, I think is the name. League sources say Gary Trent Jr.'s value, likely a protected first, or 2 good second-round picks. Gary Trent Jr., really, really nice player. And that's, if there's one thing that we know the Lakers have, they got a lot of guards, but that doesn't mean they got a lot of shooters. So for the Lakers, that's something that they desperately need right now is consistent shooters. I know Gary Trent, about 37% from the three-point line, hits his free throws, almost a 45% field goal shooter. So not big. He's kind of the same size as your Lonnie Walker and your Austin Reeves, but he's a real shooter. The guy can hit shots. It doesn't sound like the asking price is crazy at all. I think that sounds like that's a reasonable move. I've seen other reports that the Toronto Raptors are looking to potentially trade OG Anunoby. They're looking to potentially trade Fred VanVleet. So one of the other moves I saw out there was Fred VanVleet and Gary Trent Jr., and then I think you're giving back Russ and you're giving back Lonnie Walker in return to make all the numbers match. Or maybe it's just Russ. I can't remember off the top of my head, but you got so many guards. You'd be bringing in 2 more guards. It's not like the Lakers need 2 additional guards. So this is the exact question I'm going to go back to. You want to see blockbuster status, or do you think, hey, if we could get Gary Trent Jr. and we give up some compensation, some draft compensation, and none of them are first-rounders or highly, highly protected first-rounder, and then on top of that, you get rid of some guys that you don't think you're going to be using all that much, or they don't have as much value as a real shooter like Gary Trent Jr., there's one option right there. I saw another one. That there was a report out there, this is from Sam Amico. The Lakers continue to search for trades centered on guards Russell Westbrook and Patrick Beverley. They have been in contact with the Charlotte Hornets lately. It's funny because I read something yesterday. It was actually a podcast that Chris Haynes and I want to say Mark Stein were doing. And in that podcast, they were talking about, Chris Haynes was saying that, hey, I still think Rob Pelinka's got another move up his sleeve to improve the roster, basically. So I actually now am starting to think I'd be surprised if the Lakers don't do anything between now and next week, I actually feel like they're going to be active with something. And I also wouldn't be shocked if it is a blockbuster move. It's kind of funny. And there's some things, and I'm not going to be your salary cap expert because I'm not. But part of the reason why it could happen is because Russ's contract is expiring. And it's not like because Russ is worth $47 million on the books for the Lakers this year that when that comes off the books, Lakers have $47 million. That's not how it works. I think they'll have between 30 and 35 million. They just went out there and traded for Rui, who probably is going to eat up about 10 million a year, and it sounds like they want to bring him back, and they should. Part of, I think, the problem with the Lakers, they haven't had a roster where you're building continuity year in and year out. You're just sending guys out, bringing guys in. You're almost starting over every year. So part of the reason I think why the Lakers have some interest in trading Russ is there's a very, very good chance he won't be back with the Lakers next year. And if you get some players that are under contract, the idea and the concept is you can hold on to them for the remainder of this year and next year. I think OG Anunoby is on the books for next year as well, still a little controlled. At least you know what he's going to be making next year. The Fred VanVleet and the Gary Trent Jr. are not as much controlled. Those guys are going to go try to get paid in the offseason. So, again, there's a lot of dynamics here that are going on, and a lot of it has to do with not just this year, but there isn't this crazy free agent pool coming up this summer. And I think the Lakers are trying to see, okay, can we grab players that are going to help us this year? They fit an exact need for the Lakers, and then they're also going to be around for the roster next year. So those are the couple of the latest ones that I've been seeing. And again, Laker fans, I'm going to ask you, do you want to see the Lakers go make a blockbuster trade? Do you want to see them just kind of make some changes around the edges? What do you want to see? I got to be honest, 24 and 28, I know those draft picks are important, but I'm going to go back to this. If you can find a move that all of a sudden you think, hey, we're a real player in the West, I'm rolling the dice on that one. I really am. I think the Lakers are a big enough franchise in a big enough market where they'll always attract people in free agency. I'm not valuing draft picks, but you got LeBron and AD now. If you don't kind of have an all-in mentality while you have them, then why do you have them? Is the best way that I would put it. All right, quick word here from the Riverside County Sheriff Department.
I'm Riverside County Sheriff Chad Bianco. Are you satisfied with a job, or are you looking for an exciting career? If you think you have what it takes, I have a tan and green uniform with your name on it. Come and get it.
All right, the Riverside County Sheriff Department is hiring for 911 dispatchers, deputy sheriff, correctional deputies, and other support services. Apply online today at joinrsd.org. That's joinrsd.org. Thank you for their partnership. Again, I'm going to just mention it here real quick. Lakers taking on the Pacers a little bit later today. Pregame at 2:30. Tip-off will be at 4. Appreciate you guys being a part of the show. Hopefully you guys can tune in throughout the day. And we'll come back with a Lakers Talk Daily tomorrow, hopefully with some good news on the Laker results against the Pacers. Thanks, Laker fans.